Well, how do you do about the rules, man? It says we are live. We are not Memorettes. So, I found this today. It is the Founder's Old Curmudgeon Ale. And I've had this many times before. But they actually had it for $5.84 a four. I shit you not. The date on this, though, the vial date was January and change. So this beer I'm drinking is 8 months old. But I'm not worried about that because, mostly because I'm not a candy ass. So Todd, tell us what you're drinking.
I am drinking the Schlafly Eureka out of their Smash Pack.
Oh, I love that Smash Pack, man.
Yeah, it just became available in our market last week, I believe, is when I picked it up.
So did you have a favorite? Or you like them all about the same?
Honestly, this is only the second one I've had.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
So I haven't had a chance to drink all the other ones yet. But the one that we were talking about before we just went live, what was that one called?
The Vernon Cross?
Yes, that was the first one I had.
It's
that was fantastic.
Yeah, I love the English hop variety, if I remember right.
I would hope that they make that one as a single so you can buy a 6-pack of it.
Yeah, that's what I said. I love the hell out of that one.
Do you know what their intentions are with this Smash Pack, or is it just something kind of specialty that they're doing, or...
I know that if you go to the Schlafly tap room, they always have a particular smash beer. They're always looking at different hot varieties. So I think they're just always looking to see who likes what, what hop can work with what.
I like the idea that they're all of these are just singling out like one hop, right?
It's single malt, single hop beer.
Yeah. Which I think is a great idea to get back into. Get so many of these breweries now that are going to the 15 hops, 15 malts, everything but the kitchen sink into the beer,
Yeah, that is the trend. I would like to see beers. I actually would love to see single malt, single hop beers, not as a novelty pack, but as a regular beer you would buy all the time.
Yeah. What do you think? That's just it's just not hip enough to do that, or just the trend that it is as of now?
I just think it's probably the natural progression of craft beer. I think for a long time there were single malt, single hop beers. But people want those kitchen sink beers right now.
Yeah. And to me, this one is great too. It's just nothing over the top, but it's just solid. It is just a good all around. You get the some of the pininess, spiciness of this one anyway. It's just crisp. There's nothing, not a whole lot going on into it, but it's just a fine way it is.
It just lets you. Those single malt, single hop beers let you really see what that one hop can do.
Yeah.
All by itself. That's what I like about the pack.
Yeah, I do too. Kind of let it speak for itself. Get the ingredients in there, and you get what it is. What it is.
Yeah, and if you ever get a chance to get to St. Louis and go to the Schlafly tap room, they always have the smash beer on tap.
They've had that long before this pack come out.
Yeah, well, I shouldn't say that. Every time I've been there, they've had a smash beer or an experimental hop beer.
Okay.
So I guess I don't know enough to say every time, but as far as I know, every time I've been there, there's always an experimental hop beer.
So if there's enough time in between times that you've been there, then it's probably pretty safe to say that it's a high percentage that it's going to be on tap.
That's kind of what I was thinking. There's a bartender there that's I've been there three times, and there's been no method. I mean, we're talking about a few months apart, and it's been the same bartender all three times. This guy's name is Paul, and he knows his beer. He knows the Schlafly brews. It's just great when you go to a place like that, and you can talk to somebody that actually understands the beers he's selling.
Yeah, that's big because you don't see that a whole lot in a lot of these. Well, around here anyway, you get some that you can tell that they've been versed on what they should say. Yeah. Then you get some that knows what they're actually talking about, you know.
Well, I've been to places several times, and you're almost always dealing with somebody different. But I've been to the Schlafly Chaplain three times, several months apart, and I've always talked to Paul.
So, well, that's a good sign then.
That's just incredible. That's the same guy there all the time.
Well, that tells me two things. One, that Schlafly is a great place to work for. And two, that he enjoys what he's doing enough that he wants to stay where he's at.
Yeah, I asked him one time if he was management, and he said he was just a bartender. But this guy really knows his stuff, man.
Well, that's good. You don't see that a whole lot, especially in that industry where turnover, I'm sure, is high at most places. Or I would assume, anyway.
Yeah, I agree. You know, I've said this before. I know you've watched some of my videos. I think Schlafly, we talk about a lot of the craft breweries. I think Schlafly is an underrated craft brewery.
I would agree. You know, back when I first started drinking a lot of the craft beers, they were, and still are, I mean, I would agree with what you're saying. They just don't get mentioned enough, I don't think. And when I first started out drinking, Schlafly was one of my top favorites. Not that it's not anymore. And I kind of fall into the guiltiness of that. What's new, you know, hitting the market, try everything that's new, that's hitting the shelf, you know, kind of rut that everybody else is falling into.
Well, that's kind of what craft beer is, though, right? I mean, macro drinkers will always buy the same thing over and over again. But craft beer drinkers are always looking for what's new.
Yeah, and it's good and it's bad because you get the people like Schlafly that makes just a solid beer for their standards, you know, that's just a good, you know, their IPAs or their Kolsch's or whatever it is, they're just spot on for the style. And I think it goes unnoticed a lot of times.
You have a lot of craft breweries that do one great beer, and everything else they do sucks. But they come a craft beer darling. I mean, the craft beer drinkers want that one beer, and they'll stand in line for that one beer. And you got a brewery like Schlafly that does solid stuff all the time that gets overlooked.
Yeah, and we were talking earlier about Founders. Founders, I think, to me, is what you're drinking is the same. You know, it falls in the same category. They do just enough out of bounds type stuff that people will stand in line for, like the KBS and things of that nature. But all their solid, you know, everyday things that you can find is fantastic in itself.
And I think that's something that Schlafly doesn't do. They don't really do a whole lot of, you know, over the top crazy stuff. But everything they do is just solid within the style.
And I don't see anything wrong with that. You know, I think
I don't
I think some of those breweries.
I think a lot of younger craft beer drinkers miss that. I think you have to understand the style.
Yeah, I think a lot of breweries feel the need to find that one over the top once a year type stand in line type beers that makes them what they are, you know. And the big one that comes to mind is the one that comes out on Black Friday.
Yeah, I don't do that. I actually did last year, but I didn't wait in line for it. I had a friend hold it back for me. But the owner of a liquor store who I know well saved me one. So I bought it, and I brought it home. I waited for the appropriate time to do a video for it, and I thought it really fucking sucked. It was almost undrinkable.
Well, and the funny thing about that one is the same ones that are standing in line are the ones that typically would be, I'm not saying all of them, but a good majority of the ones that stand in line for that particular type are the ones that also bash every other beer that company makes.
Yeah, it's accepting hypocrisy.
Yes. Yes.
For me, I try to be consistent. I don't like that company. I try not to buy stuff from them, so I'm not going to wait in line for that beer.
Yeah. Now, I have to say I have, and I did last year, but I don't know that I will anymore.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I waited about 5 minutes in line to buy a full case of MILF last year. I mean, it was a tough 5-minute wait. And I was able to buy a full case.
Wow.
At $11 a four-pack.
And I'm looking forward to tasting that one.
And by the time you get it, it's going to have a little bit of age on it, but it's even better now.
Well, I'm sure that's fine.
I guess that's kind of my point is I'm not going to wait in line for an overhyped, overpriced beer when I can get an actual craft barrel-aged imperial stout for less money and a lot less wait time.
And you don't have to probably worry about whether you pop it open and it's infected or not, so where you can send it back and get your money back on it.
What's funny is I did that video, and I got criticized by all the lemmings, right? Even a couple folks that you and I both know just my ass because I didn't like the beer. And I said, there's something wrong with the bottle I had. It was cloying, it was almost undrinkable, it was too sweet. Along with being overpriced and overhyped, it just didn't taste good. And now all this other stuff's coming out. Maybe there was something to what I was saying in the first fucking place.
You're not so dumb after all, right?
But you and I know a couple folks that criticized me because I was hard on the beer.
Right. Well, I know
they love everything that this macro does, they've got their heads so far up Goose Island's ass, they're going to love everything they do.
They do some decent stuff, and that one I would say is a little bit overrated. Like I said, I can't say that I haven't stood in line for it, but I have stood in line for it. But
about a half dozen years ago, I think it was a fine beer. But I think right now they're getting by on hype. They are not the beer they once were, and there are better barrel-aged beers out there. I will not agree for that beer for any reason. I'm not going to spend the money they want for it because, again, I can buy milk for a whole lot less money. I can buy other barrel-aged beers from great craft breweries for less money. I ain't going to do it.
I would agree with you. Do you think a lot of that has to do with the buyout, with them being taken over or whatever the case may be?
I think it was a gradual thing. I don't know that changes happened the day after the evil empire bought it. But I think over time, over the last few years, the quality of that beer has declined.
Yeah.
That is my personal opinion. 5, 6 years ago, I would tell you that was one of the best barrel-aged beers on the market. Right now, it is not. There are so many, and part of it can be that the quality has declined, and the other half that other craft breweries have caught up with it.
Yeah, well, I can tell you, I mean, just locally, Flat 12 does a lot of fantastic barrel aging beers that I would probably take over the one that everybody stands in line for.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
again, for me, it's milk. But I mean, you got Crown Valley. It's got a great barrel-aged imperial stout. I mean, every year there's a new craft brewery that has one too. So, and I don't know why that beer is so sought after. I just think some people love the hype. I think some people crave the hype, and that's what they want. It's not necessarily that beer. They want to take pictures of themselves standing in line. They want to post pictures all over social media. Look at me, ain't I special?
I'm curious to see how the infected beers of this past year affects the people, their sales of this year coming up.
I'll be honest. I don't think it's going to affect them at all.
It probably won't. You're probably right.
Because I think people, again, to what I just said, I think people love the hype. I think there are just people that want to stand in line. They want to be part of the hype, even if it's false.
Yeah. Well, I can say I really
like that. They just want to feel like they're special, even if they're not real.
Yeah. I can say I didn't enjoy standing in line too much for 5 seconds of spending my money.
No, I don't enjoy that at all.
Especially when I was by myself.
And I've made no bones about that, man. I've mentioned several times in several videos, several comments, I won't do it. I don't think the beer is that good. I think there's other barrel-aged beers that are much better, in my opinion, and I'm not going to wait in line for an overhyped pseudo-crap.
I did get this nice, I don't know if you can see the lettering on it or not, but I did get this nice little goblet for standing in line.
Oh, nice. Well, I'm great glassware.
So I'll take that.
That's my hypocrisy. I will buy Evil Empire glassware. I love glass. I'm a glassware junkie, man.
I am too. My wife doesn't quite see the other side of it. At least she buys your glasses while she's out and finds a good bargain on them.
She does. Yeah, almost a great percentage of the glasses I own come from thrift stores.
Mine says, "Why the hell do you need another glass for? You can only drink out of one at a time."
I rotate them out for season.
I do too. It's like that's not the point of it.
You gotta have more. You can't have too many glasses.
I mean, you can't drink a Schlafly glass in a Founder's glass, or a Schlafly beer in a Founder's glass, right?
I like to pair the beer with the glass when possible. I actually don't have a Founder's glass now that you brought that up, so I'm using my cement glass.
Let's see. I don't. Now that you say that, I'm not sure that I even have a Founder's glass, but if I see one, I'll pick one up for you.
But yeah, I do love to pair the beer in the glass, man.
In fact, I know the keg usually sells. They usually have some Founder's glasses for sale. Like might just be a pint glass or something. But if you're interested, I can pick one up for you. It's only a couple bucks. It's only a couple dollars. So.
Well, I ain't saying no glassware, man.
I know you like them.
Yeah, I'm glad. That's my weakness. I don't like waste. I don't really collect anything. But I do have a weakness for glassware. But I don't call myself a collector because collectors typically don't use this stuff. I use every glass I own.
Yeah, well, it's kind of let's see. I don't know what you would call that. It's not. It's kind of a 50-50, half and half.
Yeah,
kind of a collector, but you use what you collect.
Yeah, I do. I don't have my shelf just for folks to look at. I actually use my glasses.
So I don't know what you would actually call that, but that's a good thing.
So give us some last words about what beer you're drinking.
Again, this is the Schlafly Eureka from their Smash Pack. Comes in at 45 IBUs. And it says 2-row malted barley only. And let's see. Does it tell me what the hop is?
What's Eureka hop?
Eureka. Yeah. There you go. But it's very nice. It's a nice little golden color.
There you go.
Nothing over the top, but it's nice and Definitely has a lot of piney notes to it, more so than the citrusy that you get in a lot of the, some of the IPAs.
Yeah, I thought that Eureka hop beer would combine great with the Bramlin Cross, that spicy hop beer.
Yeah, I definitely get some of the spicy notes into it for sure. It's good. I like it. Might have to crack open the other two of them over the weekend, I guess.
Well, as I finish this up, Old Curmudgeon's a classic. If you can get it for $6 or 4 packs, buy it. Hey, I'm Tom the Beer Whisperer. We'll talk to you later.